Yes, I actually trained with it until it broke. Now the real question, did it actually increase my forearm size? What about those popping veins? What routine did I follow? And why do my veins disappear when I raise my hand? First, let's rewind and take a look at how my forearms looked before I even started using the gripper. Starting with visibility test. Now the forearm size. Took some help to make sure I had the right numbers. And finally, the max gripping strength. This is the first time I'm dealing with a load of 60 kilograms. As you can see, I'm not even able to close it. And the left hand? Well, it's the same thing. Okay, 60 kgs is definitely not possible for me. Let's see how much hand gripper resistance I can handle. 40 kgs I guess. Yeah, 40 kgs I'm able to do it. Same goes with left hand. Let me mark it down.
Rest senseless insan.
Forget about marking, there is nothing left on it. And here are the benchmarks before I started using the gripper. With these numbers as reference, let's talk about my routine. I looked for a routine and watched a few videos online, but I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of techniques for this seemingly simple task of squeezing. If I had tried to follow all those routines, I definitely would have given up within a day or two. So to keep it super simple, I did this. First, a slight warm up, next kept the resistance that I am comfortable with, and then up, down, hold, up, down, hold, up, down, hold, up, down, hold. I did this until I felt a burning sensation in my forearms, and I didn't want to push so hard in the beginning that I would end up hating the hand gripper. But let me tell you, using the hand gripper can be challenging at first. At least it wasn't easy for me as it was for others. When I first started using the gripper, I was hit with a surprising burning sensation at the tip of my fingers. Sensation was something similar to placing my fingers on fire. This burning sensation was caused by the friction between my fingers and the rubber on the gripper. You can see the evidence of this friction in this photo. The wear and tear on the rubber is pretty clear. The next thing I noticed was the pain in my fingers, specifically in the bones. It felt like someone was trying to pull them apart. And I don't remember exactly how long the pain lasted, but it was there until those calluses formed on my fingers. And I say, this was definitely the hardest part of using the hand gripper. But here's the thing, once those calluses formed, the rest was simple squeezing. I don't know if you can see the calluses here. Unlike some workout routines, I didn't follow a strict schedule with it. Instead, I kept it somewhere visible and easily reachable. This way, I could squeeze it whenever I had a free moment, whether it was while walking, watching TV, or even just relaxing. That routine continued for months. Slowly but surely, I saw my grip strength gradually increasing. And on 14th of June, this happened. And after these many days, I'm successfully able to do 60 kgs hand grip. Let's see. See now I'm able to touch it. Now with the left hand. I was so pumped after squeezing 60 kgs for the first time. After that, I used that weight every day. Then 8 days later, something incredible happened. All of a sudden, I'm able to do more than 10 reps with the 60 kgs easily. Watch this video to know what I mean. 8, 9, 10. This is at max. Hitting 60 kg felt amazing. I felt unstoppable, like I was in cloud 9. But then the next day, well, I broke it. Now I'm totally confused whether I actually became super strong or the gripper itself became weak. That's the mystery we have to solve in the future. But for now, let's look at the transformation that you have been waiting for. Starting with visibility test. This is how they look when I stand. You can see that my veins in the left arm are not that prominent as the right one. And this is how they are when I lift something. Now let's start by measuring my forearm size. And finally my max grip strength. My gripping strength must be 60 kgs because I broke it. So let's write it must be 60 kgs. And here are some before and after images. What do you think? Is there any difference? Let me know in the comment section. While training with gripper, I noticed something interesting about my veins. And here's what happened. When I lift my hands, my veins would disappear, almost like a magic. However, when lifting something heavy, they would suddenly pop out, looking super defined. It was as if someone had carved them right onto my skin. To understand this weird phenomenon, we have to take a quick dive into some basic biology. Here's the anatomy of the skin. Here's a simplified look at the layers of skin relevant to those popping veins. One is fat, muscle, and veins. To see those cool popping veins, it's all about having less fat and more muscle. Reducing fat and building muscle help vein become more visible. But here's the catch. Those veins won't be visible all the time. Why? It has to do with how veins themselves function. When you lift your hands, your veins seem to disappear because there is less pressure in them to stay inflated. Think of them like a deflated balloon. Lifting heavy weights. When you lift something heavy, your muscles demand more energy. To meet this demand, your veins dilate to deliver more oxygen-rich blood. This increased blood flow makes the veins more visible. You can cheat and get those popping veins by restricting the blood flow. This method works by increasing the pressure in the veins, making them more prominent under the skin. That's the story of how I trained. Well, until the gripper gave out.